Welcome. Good morning and welcome to the 7 remaining apprentices to Task 2 of the Insurance Apprentice 2016. I would like to introduce my fellow judge, Boyo Lee. Boyo, anything that you have to say?
I think it was a good start to the season. Both teams did well in their tasks. I just want to remind you to take the lessons of yesterday and bring them into today's task. Get to know your customer better, answer your questions appropriately, and most importantly, manage your time.
On my right hand side is Riet Fern of Marsh, who will be presenting the contestants with the second task.
Good morning, apprentices.
Good morning.
The task that you're going to perform today is a renewal meeting with a client. You have slight challenges here. You've just been appointed as the broker to this client, so it is a new client to you, but you've just had a phone call from the factory manager at their biggest plant to say the factory's on fire. So the objective of your task today is, what advice are you going to give the client on both of those aspects, the fire and also the renewal of the policies that are expiring tonight? Good luck with your task, and make it difficult for us to vote someone off today.
There will be 30 minutes available to you for the task in total. The first 5 minutes you should spend on actually providing an executive summary of what you are going to present to the client. And it should take no longer than 5 minutes, which means that 25 minutes will remain for the client meeting. For today's task, the teams will be, in the first team, Andre, Selina, Priya, and Karabo. And in the second team, we've got Alicia, Chris, and Umati. That is all that we need to discuss as of now. And you are excused.
I'm Riet Fern from Marsh. I'm here for the Insurance Apprentice 2016, Task 2. And I want to introduce Adrian Lemmer, who's going to be assisting us today with this task. Adrian, what's your thoughts so far of the two teams?
The team dynamics, I don't think they have settled as yet. I think people are still jostling for position. In particular, in the team where Unyati is, he is a very strong personality. Chris is very dominant in that team. Although Chris, I don't think he's technically sound, but he does a lot of talking. And the stuff that he said this morning, a lot of it is incorrect.
I thought that Alicia was coming out quite strong in that team. From the point of view is that she's almost balancing between Unati and Chris. And almost keeping them apart, I can almost say. Adrian, what about your insurance brokers, the team with Andre and Karabu and Selina and Priya?
I think there's a clear front runner for me in that team, and that's Andre. Having said that, I don't think he's the leader, because there's a strange dynamic in that team, in that the team are incapable of taking decisions. And that's mainly due, in my view, to Karabu, who refuses to budge. Once he takes in a view, he doesn't budge, which is not good for a team scenario.
Do you think that Selina or Priya might be able to pull the team together?
Definitely not Priya. She's almost like somebody's echo. When somebody says something, she repeats it, but just using other words. Selina... She's very forceful. She talks a lot. She talks with authority. But again, she merely points out her point of view, and she defends her point of view, and she doesn't listen. She's a very bad listener.
So, Adrian, given that somebody has to be eliminated today, what would your view be? Who would be the person that you think does not deserve to remain on the Insurance Apprentice.
My firm view at this stage is Karabo. There's no doubt in my mind.
What I did observe is that, Karabo is quite opinionated and quite assertive in terms of his viewpoints. His input is mainly on that claim and how that claim is going to be treated. Whereas on the other side, you have somebody like Selina who's really focused on the client, and I think that's going to work in her favor. There is a bit of a dark horse there in Andre. I think, Andre is very quiet and unassuming, so you don't really expect, him to come through as quite strong. But, based on yesterday's input, as well as the way he's, facilitating the team and getting all the viewpoints across and finding the middle road for everybody that they're comfortable with, from a leadership perspective, I think he will come out strongly and he will continue to shine today. We've got Unati, who is, he knows his industry, and he really tries to get his point strongly across. I think he needs to caution against that in terms of listening to what other people are actually saying. Alicia, I still need to figure out a bit more, but she really does hold herself quite nicely in the team. She's played quite a good facilitation process role, trying to understand why people are saying what they're saying and also drawing from her own experience. And then with Chris, I think there's a bit of inconsistency over the last 2 days. One day he comes across quite confident. The next day he's a bit withdrawn. But he has given some very good input in terms of the task. And what I do think would also work in his favor is I do think although he can be quite confident, he also is quite collaborative. If Team CAU Broker loses, my recommendation would probably be that Chris be the one that is eliminated. In terms of your insurance brokers, who I would recommend just based on today's contribution, I would say that Priya be the one that is eliminated.
That's time. Welcome team, it's presentation time. The first matter is matter of a name. Have you chosen a name for yourselves?
CAU Brokers.
CAU Brokers. Secondly, I would like to welcome your client, Adrian, who is sitting across the table from you. You'll be addressing your presentation to him. But before we do that, you'll first provide us with an executive summary of what you're going to cover.
I will touch on the fire aspect and other pressing matters thereof. Unati will basically respond to how the policy is affected thereafter, and Chris will discuss how it will affect the renewals.
Okay, those are the matters, the important matters.
Yes.
Okay, is that your summary?
That's yeah.
Okay, so you are basically free to do your presentation to the client.
Thank you, Mr. Adrian, for meeting with us today.
Why is it that we're having this meeting, the pre-renewal meeting, let's forget about the claim, on the eve of my policy lapsing?
When we had our pre-renewal meeting, there was a bit of outstanding information that we needed in order to finalise terms with the insurers.
Is this the norm? You leave everything till the last moment?
We do have a renewal process within the brokerage. We normally start the renewal process 3 months prior to renewal. As we've just recently been appointed as the broker, this is the reason.
I don't want your Dale Carnegie course, please.
Okay. Mr. Adrian.
Let's just deal with the issue.
Absolutely agreed, sir. I understand that there's a fire claim, there's a renewal process. Can we split the
and
time?
I'm very agitated at this.
I gather, I can
see.
gauge. I hear you completely, sir. There's a fire claim that took place last night. There has been injuries sustained from the staff. Bearing that in mind,
including my PA.
Absolutely. Medical cost is being riggering out in your mind right now. What would you do? What we as your brokers can do, sir, is pertaining to that medical cost. We will assist by submitting a claim to COID. We will handle the processes thereof. At this stage, I understand it will be for your cost. Another option is your secretary and the employees can see a government hospital. Okay?
Why? Why on earth must we go to a provincial hospital, lie on a cardboard box in a passage? My employees are at the hospital and they phoned and the hospital wants 450,000 rand deposit before they admit them. Why don't I have cover for this?
If we could just reset a bit, Adrian, we Remember, we've only taken over your portfolio. You've only appointed us 3 days.
Oh, so you're now going to blame the previous broker?
Not at all, not at all. So what we're trying to do now, we're trying to present to you what we've actually put together and try and assist you with this in this difficult time.
Can you give me the short answer? Have I got cover for this? And how soon am I going to get the money?
This is actually one of the deficiencies which we've picked up when we got appointed as your insurers.
But you also didn't think of suggesting to me that I get GPA cover, is that right?
That is 100% correct.
Yeah.
However, Mr.
So don't go that route of blaming them.
We're not
Can I tell you, I fired them for incompetence. To fire again is going to be easy. And I do not tolerate fools lightly.
Mr. Lema, with all due respect, sir, please ask you to allow us to present to you what we have prepared in response to the incident that has actually occurred at your plant.
Okay, but now can I respectfully ask you then to just answer my question?
Yes.
And that is, do I have cover under any insurance policy that will cover the medical expenses and the disability that my employees have suffered?
Unfortunately,
I don't know.
you do not have.
On that note, knowing that it's a traumatic experience, we as your brokers are willing to contribute, and this is not the norm, 10,000 Rand for traumatic trauma counseling.
What policy covers that?
We as your brokers are offering the assist service to you. So
You are extremely generous, and I thank you for that.
Just in response, Mr. Lema, to what you're covered for with regards to this fire, you're covered for property damage, which is the
Are we
fire.
finished now with the injuries? We're not going to talk about that anymore.
Look, we can expand on the injuries.
Okay, that's fine.
If it's not a problem with you.
That's part.
Okay, great, thank you.
It's not important. It's only important to me.
The loss adjuster is already on the scene for him to verify.
Are you suggesting that I committed arson?
Not at all, Mr. Lema. Like I said, it's a normal process for insurance just to double check that everything is in order.
Are you getting irritated that you tapping your fingers on the desk? Am I irritating?
Not at all, Andrew, not at all.
We've noticed that you had to have to cancel one of the orders to one of your customers.
Do I have cover for that?
You've got cover should you be unable to meet your obligations to your customer.
If you now get somebody else to take over that job, they will be inclined to lower the price and say they double the price. Do I have cover for that? How much will my policy pay? 1 million or 2 million? Can you get me 2 million?
Look, if the fire didn't happen, this is what we're going to be supporting to insurers. You wouldn't have been incurring any of these additional costs. Therefore, if this additional cost that you're about to incur is in relation to this fire,
I can now tell my auditors and everybody I'm going to get 2 million Rand from insurers to fulfill my contract. And if I don't, let me promise you I'm going to sue you. Have you got PI cover?
we do have PI cover.
Have you got adequate PI cover?
It is adequate, Mr. Lema.
Chris, please talk to me as well.
So we've got something very important to do, right? Tomorrow,
This policy that's going to...
tomorrow at 12 o'clock, your policy has to renew. We haven't received any renewal instructions, but there's obviously been a span in the works with this claim. What I've managed to secure for you is a 4-month extension. Your policy, you'll have insurance for 4 months. We'll find out the final details of the claim. Once we have all that information, we can then look at a renewal date 4 months from now. Do we have a mandate in terms of getting a renewal for 4 months with regards to your assets?
You do.
Thank you.